Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and support of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
Welcome to the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown, being broadcast live from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. This is the semifinals. This match between Manitoba's Abby Ackland and Italy's Stefania Constantini. Joined to this game by Ryan Parent. Ryan,
Hi,
good
Sean.
to have you here. Looking forward to a good game here.
Absolutely. So this is our first game together. Sean, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself for me and the audience?
Well, so definitely not my first rodeo commentating. I did a lot of work with 12th End Sports Network down here in the States, broadcasting a lot from U.S. Nationals. Involved with a few curling stadium broadcasts so far this year. Really loving this setup. I can just sit in my little office here at home and do this, and I call Arizona my home.
Awesome.
So
Go ahead. I'm here in Calgary, Alberta, and don't have a ton of experience with broadcasting, but I've curled competitively for a number of years.
Yeah, and I too have been on and off the competitive circuit in my about 21 years of playing. Pretty straightforward.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just pretty straightforward start to this game. Stone in, teams just exchanging hits. Want to settle into this game a little bit before anyone gets going and throws some guards and plays aggressively. Team Constantini from Italy having a really good year. They currently sit at 17th overall on the year-to-date point standings. They had to come through the C side of this event to get into the playoffs. They defeated Korean Yoonji Kim in the quarterfinals just a little while ago. Abby Ackland hailing from Manitoba sits at 67th overall on the year-to-date standings. Admittedly not a team I'm terribly familiar with, but really had a great weekend, strung some quality wins together. Came through the B side, defeated Savannah Tiranzoni early on this event, Daniela Yench and Isabella Rana, and then quarterfinals defeating Yoshimura of Japan. So obviously having themselves a very good event.
Yeah, I did commentary for the Ackland Yoshimura game, and it was very well played by both sides. So I'm expecting a good game here.
Team Ackland with the hammer in this first end, content to just keep trading these hits. Be looking for the blank and carry that hammer into the second end.
Welcome back, our curling fans in the chat. We have Megan Edwards here as always. And forgive me for this pronunciation. Can't even say that word. Koichiro Shoda as well in the chat. Welcome.
Now, this semifinal match going on right now is Switzerland's Savannah Tiranzoni taking on the Beth Peterson rink, who has been having Robin Silvernagel filling in at skip and obviously doing a heck of a job finding themselves in the semis as well. I worked the quarterfinal game that Peterson just won, and the team shot really, really well up and down the lineup.
So this frog's right at the top of the house now. Team Constantini will try to roll in. If they end up nosing, we could see a late attempt at 2 with a draw around by Abby Ackland.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely want to roll this in, even if it rolls out of play. That's not too bad. But the last thing Constantini wants to do is nose this.
Absolutely. And will execute a shot.
It's not the most exciting of opening ends to talk about. Not a whole lot to mention here. Just open hits.
Yeah, in their quarterfinal game, Team Ackland blanked the first 3 ends in a row until scoring 2 in the 4th end. So,
okay, so
it worked out for them.
They're content to keep the game simple for a while.
Yep, and strike at the right moment. And blank attempt coming down now. Final stone.
It's just enough, no problem. So, just tossing them up the sheet. Blank first end. Team Ackland will keep the hammer in the second end. We'll have that for you right after this.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G. More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
We just got our shipment of logos here in for our next event, which is going to be the mixed double. As you can see, there's a few of them. There's roughly 20 logos per sheet to be put in for the mixed doubles, along with a couple extra little dots. But all our logos come from Jet Ice. They are the best logos to put in. We use them around the world, and they're very easy to install. As you can tell, this is the center ice logo that's going to be going in for the world. This is about a 4-footer by 10. It's going to look like $1 million. Their colors on their logos are always nice and vibrant. And like I said before, very easy to put in.
Okay, back for the second end here. Abby Ackland, Stefania Constantini of Italy. First rock from Team Constantini slides to just the back edge of the forefoot. So Team Ackland deciding to go on the offense. They're going to throw the corner guard.
Wood.
Team Constantini's going to throw this one into the house.
They're going to try to put it sort of in front of that stone that's behind the tee line.
It's the issue with coming deep on their first shot. They would really like to be throwing a guard on this one if their first shot was nice top 4. But not the greatest to throw a guard on.
The studio monitor glitches.
Yeah, even with that one still coming a little deep,
For a second there.
Makes a double pretty straightforward.
They get it right with the right weight, they should be able to make the double and roll close to the corner guard.
Looks like this is going to be rolling out. And the sweeper's not really interested in this one. A little warm.
Hey, Paul. Did you say Wood? Kelly Wood? Kelly Schaefer. Gotcha. Okay.
So again, sliding a little deep. Team Ackland electing to play the hit. Going to try to roll over towards that corner guard. Could maybe make an argument for just hitting this square on the nose and staying there.
Yeah, stay frozen on the nose would be good as well. Over curling on
curling.
My camera control is still totally fucked up. Like, it just kind of decides when it's going to respond to me and not.
Yeah,
Still having to restart every 2 or 3 rocks. So it was good for 5 rocks in a row there, but
is
I don't know.
About to disappear. being an even end, Team Ackland very much having an interest in trying to score multiples this end if possible.
Placing the corner guard.
Another peel made. Team Ackland looking for the hit and roll.
They're just gonna try to roll over to the near that red one that's out the back of the house and hope for some sort of jam, possibly.
Perhaps try to change up the shot a little bit. Roll to the other side. So unless some kind of miss happens here, looks like we're headed for another blank end.
Yeah, I'm starting to get repeats of this last game, and I'm sure in the third end, Team Ackland will try to get another blank if possible, if allowed. They recognize the importance of scoring in even ends.
Made it work for them last game. Why mess with success?
Absolutely.
Something they could consider if they want to try to force the play is maybe look at freezing to this stone. Make a good freeze, get an error out of Constantini. You could maybe get through that way, but gonna keep it simple. Actually, third is Kelly Schaefer. Makes a nice roll.
So now these rocks are much closer together. I think they'll probably try to roll on top of that red rock at the back of the house. Or if they want to play it safe, they could just roll away and make sure nobody gets the chance to jam on that.
Could maybe just roll right into it as well.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
So we roll back towards the center.
Just hangs around the back, 12.
Yeah, it's enough that Ackland has to hit it. Ackland, one of the only competitors in the field, possibly the only competitor in the field that throws with a corn broom. You don't see too much of that anymore. Old school Manitoba tuck.
Yeah, these prairie provinces, Saskatchewan and Manitoba, still see it occasionally. It's certainly falling out of favor, but perfectly reasonable way to slide.
Oh, absolutely.
Lots of top-level curlers still slide like this.
You still commonly see that slide down here in the States in a couple of locations, especially in North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
So last rock, second end coming up. Abby Ackland going to be looking to blank, just like she did in the first end. Hold on to that hammer for as long as it takes to set up and score 2 or more points. Obviously, with all the hits being played, we're just steaming right along time-wise. About to finish 2 ends and
20 minutes.
Not even 20 minutes, maybe, yeah. Good, no
Nice
mistake. Another blank. We'll head into the third end. Still no score. Still Team Ackland with the hammer. Right after this.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sasktel.com/sponsorships.
Back now, start of the third end. Team Constantini throwing the center guard. They're definitely looking to force Ackland to score 1. They can get the hammer back themselves for the fourth end. Obviously, Ackland going to be looking to score 2 of their own if they don't get a chance to blank again.
Yeah, Team Constantini is not going to allow another blank here if it's in their power.
Nicely made come around. Looking to freeze on the red rock. Coming up a little short would be okay too. Curling to do. Might want to go around this. That was just heavy more than anything. Slides all the way to the back 4. Just wanted to freeze that one. I think I like trying to move this. If you just play the come around, you're playing right into Constantini's hands of shrinking the scoring area, making it really small. You might be playing to get forced at that point. So I like trying to move this.
Yeah.
Try to sit 2, spread out.
Yeah, you can hit this and roll to the side of the house, keep your rocks separated.
to even make contact. Ooh. So now the Italians with an opportunity to wrap a second one around there. Should have a good idea how this runs. They just threw it. Important for the sweepers to communicate the weight on this one.
Looks like that rock was picking in her hand. She gave it a couple spins to slide.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, sometimes when you're sliding out to pick up a piece of debris, you feel it kind of grabbing in your hands. If you're aware enough, you try and jerk it, try and break it loose.
I never seem to have the wherewithal or the time to spin the rock while I'm still sliding. Usually I just deal with it and give it a nice big extension. Hopefully it comes out on the release.
Pretty good result on that.
Yeah.
If you weren't going to be around, then coming up a little short and sort of in front of that red is a really good spot. So nice recovery there. Ackland now looking for the come around. Could have done something with the guards if they wanted it to. Tried to clear a couple yellows, but calling aggressive, and this is going to come up way short of where they wanted it. Not what they were looking for.
Yeah, really bad angle on that too. Yellow is lined up to go straight into the red.
The yellow is a loaded gun straight onto the red Ackland stone. We're getting pretty crowded in there for Team Ackland. They may have to switch gears on the next shot and try and open it up. Still a few stones to go, but it's shaping up to be a good force situation for Constantini.
I like that call by Stefania to draw around. There's no need to rush into hitting those top ones just yet. Draw around them for now.
Absolutely. That's a situation that is only helping you. You can play it anytime you want.
Yep, or just leave them in as overlapped guards and keep drawing around. Now Team Ackland has a choice to either follow them down and draw. Most likely if you play that, you're going to end up getting forced to descend. So the other option is to try to open things up and rearrange these rocks, get some things moving, maybe bring a deuce or a blank back into play.
Yeah, I really think they need to deal with the center guard. This situation is just no good for them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice to rattle things around a little bit. They won't do that. Just get the guard.
I think they probably just want to replace the center guard now, hey?
Yeah, I think that's the prudent play. You actually want to throw one in front of that red. That red is probably Team Ackland's best out at the moment. And they don't really have a way of hitting it because those two yellows are in the way.
They're going to play this lined up run back now.
Play this combo now. Yeah, this isn't a bad call. Clear a couple of reds, sit 3. My only wonder is if maybe that it was a little bit early to play that shot, because now you see what's happened. They've rolled 2 off the side, overlap, That could have served as a corner guard for Team Ackland.
Yeah, and the center's wide open now to make some doubles.
Absolutely, and they've got plenty of rocks to make something happen here.
Yeah, I agree. I think they probably could have thrown one, maybe even two more guards before playing that. And I don't think they had to throw it so hard either. They really needed to keep their shooter around the center, and giving that extra weight, it's hard to keep your shooter exactly where you hit the rock. Double jams, but this end's starting to shape up now for Team Ackland.
It's definitely looking better. They're in much better shape to at least score, if nothing else, this end. Now Constantini's own stones in the back are going to be hindering any removal of these reds.
Nice shot, punches it right through the hole.
Well done. That was not as easy as it looked.
There's a triple opportunity here. If they hit just barely on the high side, almost on the nose, can make all yellows disappear.
Can certainly get them all moving. Kelly Schaefer looking for his at least a double again.
It's really close. Makes the double.
Going. Nice shot. But does leave a double back for Constantini.
Really want to make sure that their shooter stays in the house, and I think that yellow corner guard actually helps a lot with that. Unlike pretty much impossible to roll out of the house with that yellow stopping it. Maybe they might roll out though.
As long as they hit on the broom side, their yellow should stay around somewhere, unless it's super thin.
Yeah.
Nice double. Spins up a little bit into the top of the 8-foot. Ackland going to be looking for the hit, try to roll in front of that yellow Italian stone behind the tee line, try to set up a jam possibility. Pretty good effort, just doesn't quite roll enough, so Constantini will have an opportunity to hit this, stay in the rings, and could get a force out of this.
Do you think they try to roll in front of their own rock, Sean? Just block off the open hit.
Yeah, you definitely are making sure you stay on that side of the rock. Roll just there, it does complicate the draw a little bit. You have to navigate a little bit, but mission 1 is remove this and just stay in the house somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Final stone coming down for Stefania Constantini.
Mistake there. It stays in the rings.
Seems like Team Ackland's going to throw decent weight at this. On these types of shots, I always like throwing around backline, just a heavy draw down to the yellow one. I feel like it gives you the most room for error.
Yeah, it gives the sweepers. The sweepers have some degree of control over it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Quiet weight. I personally wouldn't throw more than, say, maybe board at this, and this doesn't look like a ton of weight.
It's gonna curl.
Sit. Oh, not gonna sit. That's gonna be a steal of 1. Stefania Constantini draws first blood in this game, takes the first point. Going in the 4th end, Team Ackland will keep the hammer. They'll be looking to recover and score two of their own to get ahead. We'll have that right after this.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Had some questions about if our houses are painted or are they logo. Our events are always painted houses, but in the future coming out, I'm pretty sure we're going to be going to all logo houses. They're a great revenue source for any curling club. You can get your advertisements on there, and usually after the first year, the houses are paid for. It's all free money for you. So hopefully check Jet Ice out for your future in-house logo.
We're back in the 4th end at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown semifinal action. Team Ackland playing out of Winnipeg, Manitoba versus Stefania Constantini playing out of Italy. Team Constantini with a steal in the 3rd end there. Just a little bit of an overthrow on the last rock and rolled out.
Yeah, with that, Brian, with that little unforced error there, Ackland on our last one, giving up the steal. Now throwing the corner guard. They're gonna look to turn up the heat a little bit on offense. Try to score 2. 4th end, even end. Good time to do so.
Yeah, curious to see. So they're going to ignore these center ones now and say, okay, like you said, we're going to get more aggressive, go straight behind the corner guard.
This has a long way to curl yet.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to rub off the yellow as a plan B, but it's not quite going to work either.
Pretty nice weight, just nowhere near the amount of curl they were hoping for. I'm not sure if that was wide or just tracked straight.
Yeah, it's curious. You wouldn't normally see a draw behind a guard he just threw wouldn't have curled it by that much. Usually you're going to see pretty similar line, but maybe that's a bad rock too.
Entirely possible. An unfortunate burden of the leads that typically if there's a bad rock in this set, they end up having to throw it and manage it somehow.
Mm-hmm. Update the other game. After 2 ends, Tiernzoni is down 1-0 with Hammer versus Beth Peterson. Nice played hit there. With 3 rocks sitting around the center line. It's too much to just draw behind the corner now. They're gonna have to make a hit and roll.
It'd be nice if they could disturb the situation in the 4-foot at the same time. But key number 1 is to hold their shooter in the rings. I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's decision time for Constantini. Do you guard or do you peel? And they're going to elect to peel the guard.
I would actually like to see a hit and roll called here off the guard. Try to roll for a center.
And or just roll into the rings and sit 3. I was thinking that myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just a straight peel. But nothing wrong with a straight peel either.
Nope. So now Team Ackland's gonna have a pocket to draw to. If you're a shooter, there sticks around top 12 in front of these. So a little bit trickier to get into this pocket. And even if they do, you can throw a high guard and probably set up a steal.
Yeah, it'll depend on how well this is placed. Line is really good. That's pretty nice. You're going to take 2 shots to get that out for sure.
Considering a guard, I kind of like just hitting this red on the nose, maybe slightly on the high side, and stay frozen.
The guard is a little bit risky. If you ever don't make it quite right, you might see Ackland bring a second one into there and tap things around, and suddenly they could have 2 partially covered, and you have a hard time removing either of them.
Yeah, and you can't really guard both the red and the yellow at the same time very easily. Even if only half of that outer yellow is showing, Team Ackland will probably just play the hit and roll to the side of the house, sit second and third.
Well, guard it is, but it's a little bit high, and that red is still very accessible. Kelly Schaefer looking to just throw a heavy draw. Tap the yellow. Hold the rock she's throwing. Kind of keep it as frozen to the red that she's going to be tapping as much as possible.
Yeah, I try to keep it lined up so that If those reds are hit, it'll go back into the yellow.
Good shot here is going to make both reds very difficult to remove. No, not a bad outcome on that. Rolls the shooter away. Don't think there's a double there. I don't know if you can see enough of that top red, the red in the forefoot.
Yeah, I suspect not. Maybe with a little bit down weight. I think it's probably just easier to try to nose this stone. The yellow is also kind of getting in the way of the double. You have to roll over the top of it. Rolled to a really good spot, but that red does stay in the house, so Team Ackland can find a way to remove both of these yellows. They could be setting up for a multiple now.
Yeah, they've definitely got a chance. That yellow that was just thrown where it ended up is probably impossible to remove right now without scattering at least one of your own.
Yeah, so they're gonna hit this back yellow first and try to roll into the center, and that other yellow will be able to hit next time, possibly.
Want to hit the high yellow, just make it curl enough.
It's a red double here. Just hit that red that was just thrown a little bit low with big weight. You should be able to roll your shooter somewhere under the center guard at the same time. Kill two reds.
I feel like the only way you're ever going to remove both yellows that way is you'd have to hit that red pretty thin. You're not going to be hitting much of the yellow next to it, and then your shooter would be spinning out.
Yeah, you might be right. If they try to keep their shooter around, it probably doesn't move the to the right very far.
I wonder if it might be better to just nose it or hit it just a tick low. Maybe roll the shooter a bit under the guard and possibly even kiss that yellow, maybe corner frozen onto the other red.
Yeah, with more control weight. I like that call. Yeah, just hit and roll with control weight.
Yeah, this many reds in the house, it's really important that
you don't roll out.
Constantini stays in the rings, whatever they do. They have to hold this in the rings. I think if you play this just like you're hitting and rolling under the guard, good things are going to happen. You're not necessarily going to remove the red third shot that's over on the side of the 8-foot, but you're going to push your yellow in there kind of up against it. And you roll your shooter away. There won't be a double. You'll have something at least partially undercover. You'll be in good shape. Hit it where you want, and the rest will just naturally follow.
Skip stones now in the fourth end. Ooh, that red jammed in the back there. That one rock was just hanging around at the back line. The good news is there's no simple double.
And I wonder if any play on this yellow might end up careening back towards that one anyways.
It's possible. I think they can hit it a little bit on the high side and just punch it through the hole. Probably she's going to line it up now.
Pretty critical for the Italians that they stayed third shot there. They're still out counting those two in the back.
Yeah, that is big. And if Team Ackland hits this on the high side, they might roll underneath that Yellowstone, securing it too.
Yeah, the best would be to roll perfectly in between them and basically have a yellow, red lineup, and then you're going to be hard pressed to get rid of both of those. Just a little bit of an overrule, but good shot to save it in the house. Now Team Constantini needs to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I think their best bet is just draw around the center now. Maybe even draw to the other side of the house.
I feel like drawing under the center is not bad. I mean, you draw open the other side, you're just conceding two. At least you can work for the two, but boy, anything you try to do on the shot rock, anything goes wrong.
Yeah, that seems very scary. Like, if you ever touch your yellow one, and I mean, I guess you might roll into reds and you might run that yellow back into a red.
I mean, if you can hit and roll off of the red shot rock and roll to the center somewhere, obviously that's great. That's a great shot if you make it. That's one of those.
Yeah.
If you ever don't make that properly, you're gonna wish you'd never played it.
And I think you can draw around the center, even if you're like top button. Pretty sure that's fine. Like that double should jam on that outside.
I wouldn't be overly worried about the double. Even if you get to the top of the button, double's going to jam. It's going to outcount those two back ones anyways.
Most likely, yeah. Are they calling the draw here, or?
I have to imagine they are, because that doesn't look like hit ice to me.
No, it doesn't. Because that's exactly where they want to hit it, and I don't think they want to throw peel weight.
No.
Yeah, I like this call. I think this is a smart play now. Just got to get full 8. Ideally, touching top 4 foot would be perfect.
Stefania Constantini's last shot of this fourth end. Get around the center guard. Hopefully sit shot. Fairly deep.
Yeah, Team Ackland only has to bump this about a foot to get 2. So they'll take that on. Good job, though, to hit the rings. Make sure there's no big end here. It's always scary when the team with hammer is all these stones counting on the outside of the 12-foot, and you gotta be really careful that you don't miss. And
yeah, when you're the
big end up.
when you're the team throwing the lemons, and you've only got one in there against a whole sea of tomatoes, it's a little scary. Like, we better get a second one in there somewhere, and they did that. So limiting the damage, if nothing else.
This rock's being well managed in. Looks like it will be 2 for Team Ackland.
Yep. Very nice shot. Well managed, well thrown. So Team Ackland strikes with 2 in the 4th end and takes a 2-1 lead. Going into the second half of the game, Team Constantini will get the hammer back. We'll have the 5th end right after this.
We just got our shipment of logos here in for our next event, which is going to be the mixed doubles. As you can see, there's a few of them. There's roughly 20 logos per sheet to be put in for the mixed doubles, along with a couple extra little dots. But all our logos come from Jet Ice. They are the best logos to put in. We use them around the world, and they're very easy to install. As you can tell, this is the center ice logo that's going to be going in for the world. This is about a 4-footer by 10. It's going to look like $1 million. Their colors on their logos are always nice and vibrant. And like I said before, very easy to put in.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and supporter of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
All right, back for the 5th end of this semifinal matchup at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown between Abby Ackland and Italy's Stefania Constantini. Ackland struck for 2 last end. Wasn't far away from being quite a lot more if they'd had maybe one more shot to play. But takes the lead. Now Constantini with the hammer in this 5th end. Looking for the come around, but a little light. Very huge top rotation on that. Wow.
I was just going to say it's a very sharp release. She holds her handle completely still, and at the last second absolutely fires it. Nice split here. It's a rock buried, and another one's going to hang around at the edge of the 12.
Yeah, hang on, it does. Pretty nice call. Saves the shooter, gets that one under a couple of guards. early on, going to have Team Ackland chasing them a little bit. That is definitely the kind of release that is optimized for playing on real swingy ice conditions, like competition arena ice for sure. I haven't seen a lot of huge swing in the games I've done this weekend here at Swift Current, but teams can make it work for them. And again, another short draw and overlapping those centers. Team Ackland having some early struggles with draw weight this end.
Yeah, Team Constantini is going to have an opportunity to draw around overlapped guards and sit 3 early in the end. Update on the Tiernzoni-Peterson game. Peterson had a draw to the button against 1 that came up just an inch short. So Tiernzoni steals and goes up 2-1 after 4. Good adjustment by second for Team Ackland. Makes a nice little freeze tap.
Good time to come up with that shot. Team Ackland really needed a good one there. So things looking a lot better with that shot. Constantini maybe looking to clear some guards here. Not a bad idea. They've got a number of yellows in the house, and they're going to have to deal with that red if they want to bring them into play.
Yeah, I'm seeing double peel on the center guards. Just hit it a little high. Maybe roll your shooter in for another corner, or over for another corner. Looks like that red that's just off center line probably jammed straight into the corner of that other red corner guard. Maybe even leaves part of your yellow covered by it.
A decent crowd on hand at Swift Current watching today's games.
I don't think that's quite how they're trying to hit it, but does the job, clears the guards out.
Yeah, they hit that a fair bit thinner than they were hoping for, but does open it up. Team Ackland looking to hit that wide open third shot stone belonging to Constantini.
Team Constantini makes nose hit, and it looks like Team Ackland's going to call a center guard here.
Yeah, shot and sitting third. That's probably the best result they can hope for right now. Just guard this up, force Constantini to do something good to open things up for themselves.
And Rock might have overcurled just a little bit on them. I wonder if they hit all they can. Team Constantini hits all they can see of that. It catches enough of that red, and
that's possible.
Like they could. I'm thinking throw. Oh, okay, they're doing a run back.
Yeah, I feel like that's. There might just be a port there, but I don't really know that the outcome is worth the difficulty of the shot. This shot's a little simpler and will still serve to open it up a bit too.
A run back leaves Team Ackland sitting 2.
Yeah, kind of a bad break there. That one over curling a bit. Didn't really stick it, as you said. These Ackland sitting 2, and they've got a center guard as well. A couple different ways to approach this.
Yeah, you could play it safe and just double out those yellows. Be sure that there won't be a high end, or they could get aggressive and try to really sink one and maybe try to generate a steal.
It's tough to do that. There's a lot of things in the way of any kind of draw. Looks like with the draws being tough, that this looks like she's gonna go ahead and play the hit. And I don't think that's a bad call. Drawing into the center here is just difficult. There's just a lot of rocks kind of covering things. Here, Constantini is the one that's, assuming this is made, is about to have no stones in the rings there. They have to play the aggressive shot, so leave it for them. Over curls just a bit, does hang on in the back, but Team Ackland still sitting just the 2. Constantini's first stone of this 5th end. Just looking to roll under that center guard. Won't be shot by much, but it will be shot.
Sweeper's really going at it here.
Gotta go hard to get by. Don't think it's by.
Oh! It does touch
redirect.
the guard. Get a little bit lucky with the redirect, yeah. But it is wide open, so Probably see a hit and roll here for Team Ackland, unless I think the red might be shot, so they could decide to just ignore it and draw around.
Yeah, most situations, if the opponent is sitting second and third, and I don't have the hammer, I would probably be trying to hit second shot somewhere. But this situation, that red is pretty safe.
It is safe, yeah.
I mean, it can be removed by doubling the reds, but the shooter wouldn't be on the rings in that case. So you could go aggressive and play a draw if you wanted to, but Ackland gonna go ahead and play the hit on that second shot. You need to make sure you roll in here. Nose hit could leave a double for Constantini on her last.
Looks really good.
There's the jam in the back, maybe. Oh, avoids the jam, rolls in just enough. Good shot.
So will be a draw to the 8-foot against 2 here in the 5th end for Team Constantini.
Yep, good amount of the rings to work with. Just needs to touch about half of the 8-foot rings. Just need to keep an eye on the line out here. I feel like we've seen 1 or 2 stones move a little hard on this line. They don't want to have anything come up and wreck. For the 8-foot, Stefania Constantini trying to pick up a single point.
Just a light clean. Will this stay around? Looks like it.
Digs into the back of the 4-foot. That'll be a single point for Italy's Stefania Constantini. That'll tie the game up at 2 each. Going into the 6th end, Team Ackland will have the hammer. We'll have the 6th end right after this.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like 1 more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Sixth end now. Semi-final matchup from RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, between Abby Ackland and Stefania Constantini. 2-2 score. Team Ackland does have the hammer.
Both these teams have had a very strong season so far. Team Abby Ackland is currently sitting at 23 wins and 13 losses for the season. And Team Stefania Constantini, 20 wins and 11 losses. It's a lot of games played this early on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the teams get started really early, especially this year coming off an Olympic cycle. A lot of lineup changes. Teams need to get games in to help their new lineups gel and figure out what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Each of these teams' trends as far as starting with without hammer is a little interesting. Team Ackland started this game with the hammer. So far this season, they're almost perfect when starting with the hammer. They have an 8-1 record. The Team Constantini has a better record without hammer, 11 wins and 4 losses, versus starting game with hammer, 9 wins, 7 losses. So, interesting to see which combo gets broken.
I'll take a look at the, off the top of my head, I believe starting with hammer gives you about a 5% higher chance of winning the game. It's usually about 55% chance of winning. And the opponent's 45% chance. So it is interesting that Constantini has such a good record without hammer. Nice draw here. Might not quite shot, but a very good position.
My first thought was that it was still yellow by a tiny fraction.
Yeah, it looks to be.
Constantini just looking to guard this situation. Pretty confident their shot stone. Team Ackland now looking for the double peel. Catch this just right. You might be able to drive that second yellow back into the pile and maybe get rid of the yellow that's shot stone as well.
Makes the double peel, leaves the shooter around. Probably see another guard thrown up by Team Constantini now.
Yeah, good outcome on that clear on both of those. You would have liked to hit it the other way and had your shooter roll off as well, but still cleans up some of the mess that's out front.
Yeah, replace 2 yellow rocks for 1 red, so that's good.
Don't quite think that's where they wanted that. I would like to set up some kind of an angle. The way that is now, that red rock isn't going anywhere.
It's not.
It's also tough to make that top yellow go far either. Pretty well frozen.
I don't know if I'd want to be messing with these rocks right now for Team Ackland. I feel like it's just a little bit early to hit this.
Yeah, I don't mind disturbing it, but I don't think I'd be throwing smoke at it.
Yeah. I consider either a tap or they just or a guard.
Hit it smart. They actually eliminated their own and made a liar out of me. I thought that red was not going anywhere, but those two must have been frozen because that dragged quite a bit.
It did drag a lot.
Bounced off the side and spun completely out. Yeah, I'm not really sure I was in love with that call. I don't feel like it really helped them all that much.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could see either like a gentle tap just to get shot, or just throw a guard up and wait a little bit before playing something like that. Nice draw to the top of the 8 foot, sit 2.
Yeah, it comes down just in time to prevent a realistic double on these. If it curled anymore, it might be there. But it stayed just enough. Team Ackland has to go a quiet wait to get access to this. Is going to wreck on the center guard. Looks like they will roll into the house, so again we're seeing a couple of reds just hanging out around the edge. Yeah.
Team Constantini has another option now to play it safe and hit one of them, or keep the pressure on and throw another guard up.
It's a little bit of a... I feel like with that one rolling to a corner as well, these yellows, very much of a double I've found these. Talk about it. I feel like if you're really set on trying hard to force or even steal this end, I kind of think you need to throw the guard.
Yeah, that is the best way to get a steal going. If you play a hit on these reds, unlikely that'll be the outcome. More likely to get a force.
Well, you play the hit, you're also going to give Ackland a chance of trying to set up too, because you can make use of that corner guard. If you want to keep play away from the corner guard, you have to draw play to the center, and I think the surest way to do that is to throw a guard in the center.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I don't know what I would play here. Probably a guard. Just after you throw a guard up, Team Ackland's gonna try to angle it back into that yellow on the side of the house. Try to double those off and open it up.
Well, and if that's made, then
you have
then
to play a hit.
Then I think you play a hit and roll in and sit 2 that way. But
yeah. Yeah, scoring in 6-hand is very important, so I think it makes sense to be a bit aggressive now.
something you could do is maybe draw down to that back one.
Yeah,
freeze on the back and sit 3 that way.
I did consider that. That'd be a pretty good call too.
See what they ultimately decided to do here.
It would leave the yellow double on the top 2 though.
Yeah, several options. No, none of them wrong. Just all about what is the team like. It looks like they are trying to freeze to the back.
They are, but they just rub off the top yellow, just barely touch it. So a double attempt now to sit 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for Team Ackland.
Yeah, I'm not sure how big a fan I was of that shot. I mean, it's one of those that's pretty good if you make it, but if you're not quite on, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
They do lose their shooter here.
Makes a double, rolls a shooter out, yeah.
I don't know if these rocks are more lively or they're just throwing them harder, but we're seeing a lot of like
rollouts.
That rollout, and like you said, that one red one that looked like it wasn't going anywhere, but with the drag it just flew out, no problem. I think it was a red rock. Yeah, it was. A little bit earlier in the send.
Now another discussion about what to do into the first of skip stones here. I don't think you want to be throwing a guard in this situation. You got to hit something. Looks like they're actually going to go for the back one. You want to hit this, roll over kind of where the broom is, a little bit to the right as we look at it on the overhead. It's pretty important that you stay in the 8 foot in any case. You have to stay sitting 2.
Yeah, ideally, like you said, you roll a little bit, but stay in the 8 foot. Nose isn't the best because there will be a pretty straightforward double. And if you're getting nose, you're getting really close to that yellow one on the button, and you don't want to be anywhere near that.
I was going to say, if you're nosing that back when you're flirting awfully close with picking your own out, you certainly don't want to do that. You hit this, just roll a rock or so. Looking awfully close to their own. Again, we saw one of those earlier. Just grazes the side, redirects. Stick right there.
Oh, did that graze it?
I believe it did. Just rub it ever so slightly, and redirected it to hit on the nose.
So there's going to be a double here for Team Ackland, and should be another one back for Constantini, and probably lead to a blank here if both doubles are made. And this one is made.
So we'll see if this double is taken on. It's a pretty flat one. It's certainly not easy.
Yeah, it is quite flat.
And if Ackland had the choice of blanking or possibly even taking one, over the last 3 seasons, Ackland is 2-2 when they are tied with the hammer with 2 ends to play. But so gonna need a bit of weight to pull this one off.
Yeah, I might break out my stopwatch here, see what kind of weight she throws, because I expect you need to throw at least 7 seconds to make this double, maybe even a little bit more than that.
Yeah, because you're gonna lose most of your energy hitting this one. Then it's gonna spring off and kick that other red all the way out of the rings.
She does throw 7 seconds on the dot. Hits it a little bit too thick, though. Doesn't quite make the double.
Leaves Ackland sitting shot, so got a draw for 2. Really fine time to take a 2-point lead as the 6th end.
Yeah, Team Ackland seems to score their deuces just at the right moment every single game. Sweepers are going early here.
Looks like she's playing a hit, actually.
And no problem.
No problem. Team Ackland picks up a big 2 points in the 6th end and takes a 4-2 lead over Stefania Constantini. We'll see how things shake out in the 7th end when we come back.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
We just got our shipment of logos here in for our next event, which is going to be the mixed double. As you can see, there's a few of them. There's roughly 20 logos per sheet to be put in for the mixed doubles, along with a couple of extra little dots. But all our logos come from Jet Ice. They are the best logos to put in. We use them around the world, and they're very easy to install. As you can tell, this is the center ice logo that's going to be going in for the world. This is about a 4-footer by 10. It's going to look like $1 million. Their colors on their logos are always nice and vibrant. And like I said before, very easy to put in.
Underway in end number 7 of this semifinal match between Abby Ackland and Italy's Stefania Constantini. Team Ackland perfectly timing their score of 2 in the 6th end. Now have a 4-2 lead. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So far this season, Team Ackland has only had one game where they're up 2 without, but they are 1-0 in that situation. But this season, Constantini has found themselves down 2 with Hammer, with 2 ends to play, and they actually are 2-1. So they have a winning record in that situation. See if they can stick with that trend. Boy, pretty nice tap up there. Perfect, pretty much perfectly guarded. Constantini can't really do much with that right now. Sure if the call there was to throw a second corner. If so, it's quite a bit tighter than they would have liked. But Team Ackland can't deal with those yet in any case, so going to continue to play to the center. Those 2 yellow Italian rocks are close enough that they can easily be removed in one shot.
Did you provide an update on the other semifinal game, Sean?
I have not. Do we have an update?
Team Tiranzoni is up 4-1 now without Hammer after stealing 3 ends in a row in the 4th end, 5th end, and 6th end.
So in control of that match for sure.
They are. Beth Peterson's going to have to make a big end here in 7 in order to get back in that game.
Nice little hit and roll, sets up another corner guard. Pretty smart play for Constantini, recognizing that these 2 on the side were likely going to be targeted next. Sure enough, they are.
Ooh.
Bad break on that one.
So they just clipped the second guard, and it goes straight into those reds at the center line and ends up corner frozen. A little bit unlucky.
Not really seeing a draw under that corner. I just don't think there's enough space there. If you want to get under that, you probably are going to have to hit and roll.
Yeah, you probably could make the draw, but I also like the hit and roll.
It's super, super tight.
Yeah.
I think this is worth taking a moment and discussing. It's not a bad situation for Constantini. Pretty important they all get on the same page about how best to approach this. I feel like your two best options are either some kind of a hit and roll off of that, or come around the overlap situation in the middle, try to get a piece of the button.
Yeah, that's a good option too. Yeah, the only issue with the hit and roll is that corner guard and your shooter are going to be so close to each other. There's a good chance there'll be some sort of double.
There could even be just a double on the yellows in the house as well.
Yes.
It's not the greatest option. That's probably why they're talking about this. Would be really nice if they could get one buried under that guard, but I'm not seeing it coming from the center. You might have to go around the wide side, and you're really going into the weeds to even attempt that.
Did they settle on a tap, maybe? Is that what this call is?
Possibly. I wish I could be sure. My guess would be a quiet weight hit and roll, just kind of chip off of that red.
Yeah, it looks like you are correct. We're just trying to draw through.
They may actually find the hole here. Oh, little rub.
So they touch it, but it's pretty good.
That's about the best you could do, I think.
So now there's two ways to make a double here. They can make the run double or come across in that yellow on the center line if they hit it a little bit thinner. I think that is the called shot.
Yeah, it looks
the one
like
on the center line.
Take off the guard, careen over, get the one out of the middle there. This is fairly thin. I don't think you even want to quite hit half of this to make this.
Ooh, it's got to curl up.
Oh.
Oh. A little bit of luck there.
Yeah, they definitely mishit that, but got away with it. We're fortunate to remove one of the Constantini rocks, but opening things way up the way that it did, Constantini looks like they have a decent chance of getting there too now. No problem for Team Constantini. It's tough to hit that red and not leave some kind of double for Kelly Schaefer's second shot.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out a way to get three out of this end. Even if the double, they'd hit this red and the double is made, they still have a corner guard up to possibly get a deuce. But seems by the discussion here that Team Constantini wants more than that. They really want to keep it dirty and try to go behind this red possibly.
So some discussion, and it looks like they've settled on hitting this red and trying to roll to the outside, try and get under that Yellowstone way off to the side there. Just right on the nose. Kelly Schaefer going to try this double. You want to hit a little more than half. Should be close. And there you go.
Makes
Nicely done. Now Team Constantini recognizing they're probably going to have to settle for blank in this end, and they're going to have to push hard to get 2 in the 8th tie, or go really hard, try to get 3 to win there.
Yeah, Stefania will have possibly one more attempt at a hit and roll, but I think Team Ackland's going to try to roll this to the other side of the house in order to make that as difficult as possible. This will just be a nose hit. And now on Team Ackland's last, might as well try to roll closer to that corner guard, maybe make the blank a little bit more difficult.
Absolutely. Take a good run at it. Get your stone half hidden, even partially hidden. Make the blank difficult, or maybe even not really there. Looks like just a nose hit, basically. So now last stone, Stefania Constantini. Looking to hit and roll out blank, keep the hammer.
Try to score 3 in the last, or at least push it into extras.
no mistake. So we'll go into the 8th end. Team Ackland maintains a 4-2 lead, but Constantini with the hammer. We're going to see if they can tie or maybe win the game in the last frame. And we'll see what happens right after this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Western Showdown, the largest international women's curling event in Canada this season. We're so glad you've decided to join us to see some of the top female curlers in the world participate in this event. My name is Jim Grundy. I'm the branch director of RBC Dominion Securities here in Swift Current. Our branch is not only a huge fan and supporter of curling in our community, we're so proud to be supporting the Western Showdown for its inaugural year. RBC is committed to working with our community partners to promote and celebrate vibrancy in sport in the communities in which we live. Thank you to everyone from the Western Showdown team for putting together this amazing event. On behalf of RBC, enjoy the tournament.
Had some questions about if our houses are painted or are they logo. Our events are always painted houses, but in the future coming out, I'm pretty sure we're going to be going to all logo houses. They're a great revenue source for any curling club. You can get your advertisements on there, and usually after the first year, the houses are paid for. It's all free money for you. So hopefully check Jet Ice out for your future in-house logo.
So now into the 8th and possibly final end of this semifinal between Abby Ackland and Stefania Constantini. Ackland with a 4-2 lead.
So in this situation,
go ahead.
Stefania Constantini down 2 with hammer. Over the last 3 seasons, they're 0-6 down 2 with hammer, and 0-1 this season. Abby Ackland is 1-1 up 2 without in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, this particular situation definitely not favorable to Team Constantini over the last few seasons.
With the 5 rock rule, though, there's certainly chances to score 3 and win it outright.
Ackland and Kelly Schaefer gonna converse a little bit about how best to approach this. They're still in the top 8, and then a corner guard is all that's in play, I think.
Yeah.
About whether to guard it or bring it in, and I think bringing it in is a pretty good call, playing a little tap.
Yeah, a little tap. The other option is to play a corner guard tick. Seeing more and more of those being called nowadays. Try to tick the yellow into the house and hit it out on your next shot.
Yep, and then hopefully lose your shooter off of the boards as well.
So we have a final, the other semifinal game. I believe that, Tirinzoni stole 2 and 7, putting them up 6-1. And winner of this game will be playing Silvana Tirinzoni in the final at 4 p.m., I believe, Mountain Time.
I don't think anyone who follows the women's elite level game is surprised at all to hear the name Silvana Tirinzoni in a final. That's a team that has been just very, very dominant on the circuit for a long time now. No real surprise to see them there.
Absolutely, and I'm just going to look into it now. I think they have a very good record so far this season. Let's see if I can find it on Curling Zone here.
Then even on the other side of that coin, you have Beth Peterson team coming in here and being skipped by Robin Silvernagel stepping in this weekend, and really, really took the team a long way. They had a great weekend.
Yeah, Team Tiranzoni is 24-3. I think 25-3 now. I'm not sure if that last game was just counted this season, which is an absolutely unbelievable record. Winning almost 90% of their games.
So we'd also like to welcome any viewers that just came over to this match from the game between Savannah Tiranzoni and Beth Peterson, skipped by Robin Silvernagel, I'm sorry. My name is Sean Murray. I'm joined by Ryan Parent. We had a pretty tight game here between Abby Ackland and Italy's Stefania Constantini.
Yeah, Team Ackland just getting a couple deuces and key ends. In the 4th and 6th, they both scored 2. Just playing it textbook curling, getting the force and odd ends, getting 2 in an even end. And sets them up really nicely in this last end now.
One note that we stated a little while ago, just in case any of our newer viewers didn't hear, this particular situation, down 2 with hammer in the last end. Not an especially big friend to this team Constantini. Over the last 3 years, their record in this situation is 0-6. So this would be a good time to break the cycle.
Rolls a little bit too far out into the open. And Team Ackland's just gonna go ahead and kill that rock.
Yeah, but the main key there is that they saved it in the house, so Ackland has to go after it, and that's got to be the main thought, I think, for Constantini on every shot they play. They're playing a hit of any sort or some kind of tap. They have to save their shooters in the rings, because otherwise those guards up front will disappear. Those guards are the only way they're ever going to manufacture a 2 or potentially a 3.
Good hit and roll. These Reds are hanging around the back of the T line though, so possible freeze calls here.
Yeah, definite chances to make use of those. If you just come down and tap that one that's furthest to the left of Constantini's broom, tap it just a foot or so, try to set up a pocket there.
Looking pretty good.
I rolled
2/3 of that
far off. Pretty good shot. Tough to remove that without taking the back one with it. Kelly Schaefer just looking to pick this one out. Takes the backing with it. Nicely done. Team Constantini now with plenty of room to make use of these corner guards.
Yeah, they've done a good job to remove all the trouble in the center and still have all their corner guards in play. I guess they get to start using them. This has got to curl a long ways, though.
Yeah, clears the guard with a stone's width of room. Just no real chance of that ever getting buried.
Team Ackland's got to be a little bit careful not to jam this. Try to get close to nose.
Yeah, definitely don't want to jam this, because if they do, there's every chance it's going to jam
buried
directly under that guard. Then you might see Constantini go around again, and suddenly the 3 is on. It's a big shot.
Well swept. Is it on the nose or a little bit on the high side?
Just managed to avoid the jam in the back. Now only 3 rocks remaining for Team Constantini. Need to make all of them count if they want to win this game here.
A little bit of a discussion here. What are your thoughts here, Sean?
Well, it's honestly it's tough. I mean, definitely to have any chance at 3, you're going to need Ackland to cooperate with at least 1 miss. And I think they're talking about whether or not. First, they were talking about hitting and rolling off of that top one, and that's a really hard shot. That's a long roll. So instead, looks like they've opted to play the come around on that stone. Go deep. Probably sit second shot.
Gotta go to get the spy.
Yeah, can't afford to wreck.
Does. But it rolls pretty easy to remove, actually.
Yeah, you can just pick that out. I do wonder a little bit why they opted to do that instead of going under the corner guard on the right. There was a lot more room. Trying to draw around a stone in the house is never easy. You don't have a whole lot of room.
Yeah, and if they get behind the corner guard, then if Ackland decides to play a run back, it's going to be a yellow one coming back versus a red one if they draw around the top red. So, interesting call.
Ackland just looking to remove the yellow stone. Not really concerned about sticking around. No problem. So now only skip stones remaining for Constantini. They have to make them both count to keep themselves alive.
I don't really see the benefit of drawing around this this red one. To me, it seems like it's just as good to draw around the corner guard.
The only benefit of going behind the red is that you're trying to go behind 2 stones. But I wonder if it's there to maybe come around that situation on the wide side. But the only concern there is you're going way out into the weeds, into ice that you probably don't know that well.
Yeah. The only other possible reason is maybe it just curls more with this turn. They're a little bit worried that they can't quite get enough curl going with the intern, possibly.
That's very possible, yeah. So first shot here, Stefania Constantini. Looks like she has chosen to play the out-turn come-around, trying to get behind that red second shot on the left there. Doesn't necessarily need to be shot stone, but certainly needs to hang on for second to be realistic, have a realistic chance of going on the scoreboard. Nave, I believe, is Italian for 9, meaning that's back 8 foot by itself.
Yeah, this really has to stay at least half in the 8 foot.
Oh boy, sliding all the way to 4th shot. That's, I don't know how you're ever going to get that on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think Team Ackland can just throw their stone away here. I don't see any way.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw it to the boards. I don't see that the Italians really have any shot at getting 2 here.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally draw it into a spot where you leave a quad. So,
not entirely sure where that spot would be, but I'd rather not find out.
Yeah, like, there's certainly no chance of getting 2 at the moment.
Yeah, I don't. She's talking about drawing another one in, but I wouldn't even be doing that. I'd be throwing this to the wall all day.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you got to stop and think, what does the other team do? And if they ask that question, they'd realize the other team has nothing. Not that it'll matter. I highly doubt this will hurt Team Ackland in any way.
And recognizing they have no shot, Team Constantini does concede, and so I think that's going to go in as an incomplete 8th end. So Team Ackland nonetheless picks up the win in the semifinal. And they're going to advance on to the final in a couple hours against the Swiss powerhouse Silvana Tiranzoni team. So that'll conclude our coverage of this semifinal. Ryan Parent, thanks for being on. Good to have you here.
Yeah, great being here. You as well.
This is Sean Murray for everyone here at Curling Stadium signing off. Thanks for watching.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.